The lesson is so compressed and compounded that it had many things to be revealed in all these stages. Matthew chapter 27. And Judas sold Jesus. And he came back again to those unto whom he sold him and brought the money. And here is the story. It was sold for 30 pieces. In the money according to evaluation. By evaluation, the way the Jews do their evaluation is the way the Romans taught for evaluation. But the Jews began that evaluation because even in the days of Joseph, when he was sold for 20 pieces of silver. Being sold at the age of 18, 19. When you do evaluation, they say, put it to the nearest 10. 19 to the nearest 10 is 20. 33 to the nearest 10 is 30. So they did their evaluation. How much would it cost? It was sold for 30 pieces of silver. But that is not the issue. Judas repented and came back. Take. What did they say?
And Judas repented, which had betrayed him, seeing that he had been condemned.
Yes.
Was remorseful and brought back the 30 pieces.
You look at the process. He repented. He became remorseful. What he preached today as a way to repentance. He repented and was remorseful. So many people are not even remorseful. Yet they say they repented in Jesus' name. He was remorseful.
And brought back the 30 pieces of silver to the chief priest.
He now restituted. What a way. This is the fullness of what you will teach today as a way of acceptance. He repented. He got remorseful and brought back what he was given to sell the just as a price for the blood. Talk to me.
Saying, I have sinned by betraying innocent
I
blood.
sinned. He now confessed. You see the lines. He repented. He was remorseful. He restituted and made his confession. Yes?
And they said,
What is that to us?
What is that to us? You see to me. Then he threw down the pieces of silver.
Yorùbá said, ìyẹn kò kọ̀ wá, kò pa ojú tó. Àwa ti rajà tá a fẹ́ rà. We have bought, we paid for what we needed and we have gotten it. But even at that, the priests were not like the ones of today. The money of the valued money for the just, they saw is the blood money. It would never come into the purse of the household. Every money comes into the house of God. We all say, in the name of Jesus, God will forgive you. There is one drama there. If I got that, then he's your pastor. That day. See, I got somebody said I should come and do the MC in heaven, in the burial ground. It's an MC. They paid 500,000 to do. And then they say, come and do the MC. He said, I don't know how to get to that place. Me too, I die before I got it. You must go and die. You have to the pastor. The pastor says, say anything. You will pay your tithe, I will pray for you in Jesus' name. You will be free. Those who kill, those who steal, those who rob, those who do money ritual, those who prostitute, they bring their tithes and give it to the Lord, and it goes into the purse as a pollutant. The priest said, this one.
But the chief priest took the silver pieces and said,
I said,
it is not lawful to put them into the treasury.
It is against the law of God for these ones to get into the treasury.
Because they are the price of blood.
Because the money in the treasury is different from the money of the price of blood. One side, let's leave that side. In the second phase, they brought him to Jesus, to Pilate. In all the accusations, he said nothing. Isaiah chapter 53. The Bible says from verse 4.
Surely he has borne out griefs.
Surely he has borne our griefs.
He bore our griefs.
And carried our sorrows.
He carried our sorrows.
Yet we esteemed him stricken.
We valued him stricken.
Smitten by God.
Stricken by God.
And afflicted.
Afflicted.
But he was wounded for our transgressions.
Wounded for transgressions.
He was bruised for our iniquities.
Bruised for our iniquity.
The chastisement for our peace was upon him.
The chastisement of our peace was on him.
And by his stripes we are healed.
Yes.
All we like sheep have gone astray.
We went astray.
We have turned everyone to his own way.
Yes.
And the Lord has laid on him the iniquity of us.
He was to be judged on the account of our iniquity. Read on.
He was
Oppressed.
and he was afflicted.
Afflicted.
Yet he opened not his mouth.
His mouth remained closed. The answer he would give, he gave it on Sunday. The answer was to be to God. God asked two questions. Who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten? The man answered, did he eat? But who told him? He did not say. Jesus, knowing in judgment, every party, always should every party involved saw the fig tree they saw from the spiritual. It was the fig tree that said, Uncle, this is serious. You are naked now. How come? We have been seeing you. You were working with us, but you are not this exposed. Something is wrong with you. And then they spoke. And then the fig tree gave his leaves. And Jesus came. And Jesus answered the question that was unanswered. He gave the answer so that he becomes the culprit for us. He now said, what is the fruit that they ate? It was the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Now he became the wisdom of God. And he took his body and said, take it. He became the culprit. Who have you eaten? So he was the one that instructed it. So he took all the blame. I told you one time, I said, well, whoever lives by himself is not free.
Yes, sir.
Yes. The free man is the one that acts.
Instruction.
Takes instructions before he does things. Now, Adam, Jesus to the Adamic nature, gave his body and said, take it. So as to buy back the sin of eating in Eden. So that he becomes the culprit and he will be judged for what he did. And then he appeared before Pilate. Pilate, looking at all the accusations, Uncle, are you willing to defend yourself? All he could say is no. No, yes. What does that mean? He answered no. But here is the mystery. Because he answered no, the feast of liberation is on the way. And Pilate must release one person. The two of them, Jesus and Barabbas, mean the same thing. Jesus, the Son of God. Barabbas, the Son of the Father. So either way, man is released. But the Son of God must be given, must be taken, so that the Son of Man must be released. Jesus became the seed for the release of the Son. Barabbas, the son of the Father. That is how we call Abba. 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 Abba, Father. The seed for the release of the sons of the Father. The matured sons. But wait, the journey of the son of the Father was the journey of theft, robbery, indiscipline, a covetousness, a high-mindedness. Whatever sin that was written in the book of judgment for the son of the Father, that blood of the Son of God was qualified to set it free. Ọmọ bàbá ni, ọmọ bàbá ni ń ṣe nípa ìgbàgbọ́ nínú Jésù. Ṣé bí bàbá mi lórí kí máa ń bí wọn lọ? Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, bẹ́ẹ̀ni, ọmọ bàbá ló ń jáde. Ọmọ bàbá ló ń jà. The son of the Father, you steal, you rob, you fight, you malign, you kill, you commit adultery.
Okay.
You are covetous. You are a fornicator. You are all these things that negates or that demean the name of the Father. This day is the day of replacement. So that he would go free. Not from the prison, not as an ex-convict, but with a state pardon. When anybody that's an ex-convict is given a state pardon, he is free. You know, every ex-convict, after serving his term, he cannot vie for any post. He cannot, in that country, in fact, in the world, because he would have a recourse to the country of naturalization. He would, if he's an ex-convict, he would be under a tag. But when there is a state pardon, whatsoever sin, however grave the sin, he commits, the government absorbs that sin. That sin, don't worry, it does not exist. And some people that were doing those things were the people that work for the government. You see, they stole for government. They kill for government. You see it. But this is a feast of liberty. You must leave somebody out. God told the Jews at every 50 years is Jubilee. The 49th year, you release everybody. Every slave, every servant, this day is the day of your release. That God decided to replace you with his son. The Son of God replaced the Son of the Father in the place of death, in the place of guilt, in the place of condemnation. That is why the Bible now said to Paul, there is therefore now no condemnation. When Barabbas was released, if he goes back into committing whatever he committed, ordinarily 2 thieves would have been brought. They know themselves as thieves. But Barabbas knows this one. He stole nothing, but he's a revolutionist. His teachings are serious. The priest could not stand it. If Jesus was sitting there, maybe they would have thought Barabbas not wrong. It's because of his millions that he had that he's doing all these things. But he is not rich. So Barabbas does not go to the house of power because he will end up drinking that. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. God replaced his son, the son of the Father, with the Son of God, so that whatsoever thing the Son of the Father has committed will be imputed on the Son of God. That's what Isaiah told you. He replaced us.
Surely he has borne our grief and carried our sorrows.
Go from verse 6.
All we like sheep have gone astray.
We went Barabbas. We went astray.
We have turned everyone to his own way.
We went on our way.
And the Lord has laid on him the iniquity of us all.
All our iniquity was imputed and laid on him. He now said,
he was oppressed and he was afflicted.
Oppressed, afflicted.
Yet he opened not his mouth.
He would not open his mouth. Because, according to the foreknowledge and the, what did Peter say? He said again. He was living by the predestination, predetermined counsel of God and the foreknowledge of God. He knew what gave him out. So he said nothing. Because even the judge that is seated is in Barabbas. You don't understand? The judge is a man, is in Barabbas. The Pharisees and the scribes and the high priests, they are in Barabbas. His disciples are in Barabbas. Those who were long gone in the days of Noah, they were all in Barabbas. All we went astray. We all went away. You left, when the Bible says you go astray, you did not go astray because you are stubborn. You went astray because you chose to live the course of your life. You see, yesterday began the journey of that which is written. That which was written aforetime. And man began to return back to the course, the drawing of God for the life of man. And when the time came, he got to the point where he has to stand in the place of the Son of Man, the Son of the Father. And say, he could be released. I will go for it. And then they decided the course of God for his life. What should be done to this one? Crucify him. But look at Pilate. That is one of the Barabbas. God told him through the vision of his wife, have nothing to do. That man is just. With all these accusations. But that was what I was told. You know, we don't both know the man. You know, the man does not trouble us. You know, the man cannot come into the Roman kingdom. You know, he has never been in our palace. We don't even hear about him. We don't even record with him. But wait, the information I had overnight in the vision, being troubled, is the man is just. So in judgment, the just. Romans chapter 5. From verse 6.
For when we were still without strength, in due time, Christ died for the ungodly. For scarcely for a righteous man will one die. Yes, perhaps for a good man, someone would even dare to die.
One would dare to die.
But God demonstrates his own love towards us.
God demonstrated his own love.
Towards us.
Yesterday, Christ demonstrated his love. I mean, in the night. In the morning, God began to show his love. In that
while we were still sinners, Christ died for us.
He gave his son freely. The demonstration of the love of God the Father is in the giving. Not just giving, but he gave by evaluation. He evaluated you with your sin, what all of us amounted to. I told you the rest of God came when God brought his lamb against everything he has made. And everything that can be made by what he has made. Did you get that?
Yes, sir.
What each person, however multiple, however great you can be in idea, what you can make is evaluated in that land. You can't do beyond what you can do. God has evaluated you both in sin and in righteousness. What you will do in sin is found in you. What you will do in righteousness is in that love. That's why that John chapter 1 says, in the beginning was the word, and the word was God, and the word was God. He was. Verse 2.
He was in the beginning with God.
Yes.
All things were made through him.
Now listen, all things were made through him.
And without him,
nothing
was made that was made.
Did you see it?
Yes, sir.
Without him, nothing was made that was made. The fullness of everything was compounded and compressed in him. And Pilate came and washed his hand. He said, what do I do to this? They said, crucify him. There is an error. The chief priest incited the people to say crucify him. They were not incited on Sunday to say Hosanna. They said Hosanna. Save us freely from their hearts. Crucifying was a political tool.
For the chief priests and the elders persuaded the multitude that they should ask for Barabbas and destroy him.
Did you see it? On that Sunday of Hosanna, they stood, that verse 19. of John chapter 12. They stood at a corner. They saw.
The Pharisees therefore said among themselves,
They said amongst
"You
themselves,
see that you are accomplishing nothing.
you see, you amount to nothing with this man.
Look, the world has gone after him."
You see, that was not their influence. It was a free flow. But this one was a political tone. Crucify. The error that was is they say, Hosanna on Sunday, crucify. No. This one was, this Hosanna was written, and they freely said it. But this one was influenced. Did you see it? Two things altogether. Those who did not say Hosanna influenced those who said it. They told Jesus, tell them to keep quiet.
And some of the Pharisees from among the multitude said unto him, Master, rebuke thy disciples.
Rebuke them.
And he answered and said unto them,
He said,
I tell you, that if these should hold their peace,
if they keep quiet,
the stones would immediately cry out.
if they keep quiet, the stones will talk. The journey has begun. But be sure, it became your replacement. Don't forget the first man, that Judas. He repented, he was remorseful, he restituted, and confessed his sins. If that is the way you accept it to be, condemn Judas. If that is the way to salvation today, I guess that was the way of salvation in the days of Zacchaeus too. Because he restituted, he saw the said, if I have taken anything by force, I want to give it back. Whatever I have done, Jesus said, now the journey of salvation has come.
And Jesus said to me,
He said, no, don't let me be too long. Jesus said, today, salvation is coming to your house. God will leave no man. He will leave no man in sin. He will leave no man for the power of sin. He will leave no man unto the power of sin. He needed all men to himself. All men. That's what that John chapter 12 verse 30 said. He said,
Jesus answered and said, these boys came not because of me.
go to 32 straight.
And I will.
And I,
if I be lifted up.
if I be lifted up
from the earth,
from the earth,
will draw all the
I'll draw all men unto myself. And I, is enough. In the way to lift all men to himself, he took their place in their condemnation, in their guilt, in their sin. God made him sin who had no sin, that we might become the righteousness of God in him. So, after these teachings, after this pathway, you as Barabbas, if you continue in your old ways, you judge yourself worthy of death, because Jesus will not die twice. You can be excused because you are not. You see, one of the problems you have when you go to these programs, you see those who talk as they don't understand anything, they don't know the Bible. You know Bible more than them. So you tend not to want to listen to them. And then too, they begin to gesticulate and move around. They really don't want to pick a point because they said in themselves, they saw in themselves failure. The beauty of this time is for you to take everything you see, you hear seriously. So that you become worthy. You want to walk Barabbas. After the cross, after the release, never went on in his way. He was in that way, but he felt the press. Is this love? Do these people understand? I have injured them. I have robbed them. And they gave up the one that has done no wrong. Like Judas, he went out of them. Judas saw a man in himself, in the priest. There is no way out. He hanged himself. He died before Jesus was even crucified. So as to partake of the death that was on Adam. The remaining disciples never partook of the death of Adam. They became man. Jesus said, whoever believes in me, though he be dead, he shall live. And whoever is alive that believes in me shall never die. Man cannot die. When you say man, man is not one of you. Everyone in Christ cannot die. Jesus said, shall never die. Judas tasted death. And at the resurrection, the Bible says he led captivity captive. Judas tasted death to be in captivity. Or to be a captive and be in captivity. The other disciples were never in captivity until then. They were free. Jesus replaced, the Son of God replaced the Son of the Father. So that the Son of the Father can walk freely without guilt. That began in Genesis. As soon as God brought the cloak of justification, what God did in Genesis unto Adam in the garden, he did the same thing in the end of time to complete that which was in the beginning, will be now. And for those who are born after him, it shall be. Adam sinned. God took up the garment of the Lamb, garment of justification, and put it on Adam, so that Adam can walk freely out of the garden, not as a condemned, but as a liberated person. The devil saw the free out of the garden, and he got confused. This guy was condemned. He wants to die. The mystery of God slaying his lamb for Adam became a confusion. You know the person that said, I knew the way I drove him to sin. No problem. Somebody took his place. It has been from the beginning, the Son of God taking the place of the Son of the Father. That's why Jesus stood on the cross and said, Father, forgive these ones. Forgive your sons. And because he was the Son of God that took the sin, he said, my God, why have you forsaken me? I pray. If Jesus, the Son of the God, took our place, that we might be forgiven, so that we might be taken out of the land of forsaken, of the forsaken. I pray the Spirit to remain and walk in the newness of forgiveness. God will grant to us. Amen. The spirit and the attitude in character to walk free, liberated in the newness of life, we will be given. Amen. All that is proposed to be us according to that which is written will be granted to us. Amen.